Hello, happy Thursday. We are back from vacation. Have my vacation shirt on. Back from vacation. We actually landed. The travel to Kauai wasn't that bad, but traveling back is kind of brutal because you lose 5 hours from Houston, and then so it's like a 12-hour travel day. Plus, you lose the 5 hours. So we got back. We started leaving on Tuesday at like noon Hawaii time, and we got back here at home Wednesday morning around 5:30 in the morning. So I actually did. I kind of tried to nap on the couch for a little bit, and then at noon I got up, unpacked, started doing laundry. Actually did all of our laundry, and then sat down and meal plan and ordered my groceries. So I did do my meal planning yesterday, but I was not ready for a video yet. So I'm going to go through and kind of show you how I plan my meals for this week. And then I did also already, usually how I do my meal planning is on Wednesdays I plan my meals, on Thursdays I write the grocery list, and then on Friday I go shopping. But since we had been out of town and I tried to kind of eat up all the fresh food before we left for our vacation, and actually cleaned out my pantry and my refrigerator before we left, so I went ahead and ordered my groceries yesterday and then picked them up earlier today, a day early, so that we would have food while we're here. And it was actually kind of nice. I had like some extra chicken meatballs, some frozen chicken meatballs, some frozen potatoes, and some canned green beans. So that's kind of what we ate yesterday, and then I picked up some food for dinner as well. So let me go ahead and share with you. So what I have decided to do is after I did not stay on plan, any kind of plan at all while we were on vacation. I drank all the drinks, I ate all the food, but I can tell, and yes, I did gain some weight on vacation, which is fine because I know exactly what to go back to. I am going to go back with the 4-week gut protocol to kind of start off from vacation. And just because I feel so puffy, like this morning I woke up and like I had like an extra eyelid action going on. I went back and I was looking to see if something posted on my Instagram, and I saw my stories from this morning, and you can see like there's an extra crease going on just from all the puffiness and the inflammation. So I do want to get rid of all of that before I change anything. So I am going to go back with the 4-week gut protocol, which makes life really easy because all I did is I popped open an old one. I just went to a random meal plan, which you can find all of my meal plans archived on the What's Working Here website. So I pulled one up and then just made a couple different changes. I like to use the meal plan template so I can put in anything we have going on. We don't really have anything going on this week. It is summer. My son and his friends are out in the backyard playing, so that's fun so far. So meal 1 starts with my Shakeology, and I haven't had, so I did have Shakeology when we got home. We had some yesterday as like an afternoon snack, and then we had it this morning, and I had some frozen bananas, but I didn't have any of my spinach, so I kind of felt like I was missing something. So I'm excited to throw my spinach back in there, get some more veggies in. And then for meal 2, I picked 2 of those for the week. So I've got asparagus, bacon, egg, and hash browns that I'll make. And then the second thing I have is the chicken maple breakfast sausage, which I actually had some of that frozen still. And then the blueberry banana overnight oats, and I just don't do the chia seeds. And there's one other thing that's in the recipe that makes it an orange, but I don't do those, so I don't have to count an orange. And what I usually end up doing, I've never made, maybe this week will be the week that I make the overnight oats version. I've just been making oatmeal and then throwing a quarter of a banana, blueberries, and then, what is it that makes it blue? And then I think it has like some pecans or something in there. So I've been doing that. So those are my 2 meal 2s, my breakfast for the week. And I was listening to Mora Casaba's, I can't remember the name of her podcast. It's something about really low and high, something high and low. But she was talking about intermittent fasting, which with Time Nutrition you kind of end up doing. You kind of end up doing a 12-12. And so I kind of want to maybe try doing the 16-4, or 16-8. One of the things that she was saying about intermittent fasting is it gives your body time to do other things, to like clear out inflammation and things like that. Instead of focusing on digesting, your cells can focus on those other things. So I thought that was kind of an interesting concept. So I want to try to get to that 16-8, which would mean that my first meal wouldn't be till like 10:30. And so, and she mentions having like a really nice big meal. So I think I might start combining my shake with that second breakfast that I have. So it would be just one big mega breakfast meal to break that fast. So I'm going to kind of look into that as well. So meal 3 is my lunch, and again, I picked 2 of those for the week. So I'm going to do the salad bowl with some mixed greens, cucumber, tomato, throw in some black beans, some brown rice, and then I like the Primal Kitchen cilantro salad dressing, so I'll do that. And then the second meal is actually one that I made today for lunch since I got my groceries this morning. The Miracle Noodles, the shirataki noodles with some cucumber. I get the pre-shredded carrots, so I can just grab some and throw it in there. Edamame, I buy it frozen and I steam it in the microwave. And then this one doesn't have an orange because I'm leaving the orange for snacks, so I'll just use some sesame oil and then rice cakes with that. And then for my meal 4, again, I pick 2 for the week and alternate them. So I like those mini cucumbers. I'll just cut one of those up, maybe lightly salted, some berries and some coconut yogurt. And in the coconut yogurt, I do put some honey in there just to sweeten it up a little bit. And then the second one I picked, since I'm using my yellow, since I'm using the orange down here and the blue up here, this is the one that makes it different. Because I'm using the fruit and the blue that are normally not up in meal 2, then it leaves me just with 2 greens and an orange. So I'll have some carrots, some pickled okra, I'm really enjoying that, and then some pumpkin seeds. And so then all I have left to plan is dinners, and the not having a carb at dinner, I used to think like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do that, but it really hasn't been that bad. So I'm going to do some air-fried catfish and some air-fried green beans. And then on Monday, I'm going to do some shrimp with some pesto, which when I was cleaning out my freezer, I found a jar of pesto that I had made in there. So it's like, oh, let's go ahead and defrost this and I'll use it. So I'm going to use the pesto that I've already made, and then I'll have that with some zoodles. And then for meal 5 for dinner on Tuesday, I'm going to do plant-based pasta, some chickpea pasta with some lean ground meat, and then some of the Rao's tomato sauce. And then on Wednesday, I'm going to make the chili lime chicken with the mango salsa. And you do have a half a purple, so you can either take half a purple away from here, or I don't think an extra half a purple is going to make that big of a difference, so I'll probably just have the extra one. And then I'll probably do some zucchini in the air fryer. And then on Thursday, we usually have leftovers. And then Friday, we eat out. So that is that. And that is my meals for the week. I do have some things changed up, I think on Tuesday, to make up for having the yellow in the evening. I changed this to a BLT lettuce wrap instead of the other. So there are a couple changes here and there, but that is what I'm planning. I am looking forward to all these foods, getting back from vacation and kind of reducing all the inflammation and bloat that went on. But if you have any questions about meal planning, let me know and I am happy to help.